I know you guys have been waiting for a couple of weeks for the second part of the Tim Schmidt visit to drop. Well, here it is. We finally got the edit done. The second part of it should be a lot more fun than the first part. I mean, his facility is just absolutely crazy. And well, so is Tim. As far as I know, this is going to be the first time that Tim's brand new facility has been seen, at least in depth, in its sort of finished state. I mean, it looks finished, but I know Tim, it ain't quite finished yet because it never will be. But enjoy. Yeah. Well, here we are, the new garage.
The new garage.
Yeah.
This is it. From when you came here the last time, I think we were just doing the floors, weren't we?
Yeah, and you had some of the buildings more or less done. It's spectacular, isn't it? So is this, when you walk in now and you look at this.
This is how I pictured it.
This is what you saw in your head?
More or less.
Yeah, you are demented.
More or less. Yeah, no, I did.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's great. And that's the bumper cars you got down in the States.
Bumper cars down the States.
And so how many cars you got in here now?
Total that I have now is over 70. You get over 70 cars in total now.
Yeah.
Between the three buildings.
So, well, you got room for more than 70 in this
Yeah,
building.
no, I still got room for a few more cars.
So,
Because I was thinking about it, I can still move those cars over so that it's still the width of the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can move them over. I can get a third row coming down the middle.
Yeah. Or you could you could angle
I
park
did
them.
I did that, and it wasn't looking right now.
Yeah.
I had them all
No,
coming
because
one
this
way.
building is long.
Right.
You're going to interrupt the view.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that is spectacular. And how many signs do you think you've got hanging in? And poor Frank had to hang all these.
Frank, every piece, every one. And he did them while I was in Florida.
Is that right?
I came back and it was like, wow, look
I'll
at
bet.
this place.
Yeah, so you
like
didn't
I
get
could see it on the camera.
Yeah, that different.
But it's just not the same
Yeah.
as when you walk in, and still every day I look at something new when I drive in here. I drive in this building every day, probably 6 to 8 times.
Yeah.
Just to absorb everything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
To absorb it all.
I mean, how many people get to build their sort of fantasy town?
Yeah,
You
not
know,
too many.
with gas
there's
stations
a
and-
few of them out there.
Well, there is, and I've been to a few.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so much fun. But unlike, I know that you use your barber shop, right?
I do, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
due, actually, I'm due. I got to just go around the edges here a little bit.
So the barber
That's
comes to you and
he does, yeah. We just call him up. We'll
works
set
in
up
your
a
barber
date.
shop. I'll have to
He'll
get
come
some.
up and do his thing in the barber shop. I tell the guys, anybody that's working that day, I said, come on in, I'll have your hair cut for you. I pay for it also.
Yeah. And I noticed you've got a building full of motorcycles.
Yeah.
But now you've got a second floor full of motorcycles.
Yeah.
So are these from the other building? Or?
They were, at one time, they were in that building. And then I said, you know what, it's so packed in
Well,
here.
it was getting packed.
It was really packed. So now I brought, I think there's like 35 or 37 of them up there.
So what do you have, like 50, 60 bikes in all? Something like that, eh?
Yeah, 60 to 70 of those too.
Yeah. And they're all in nice nick.
Yeah, most of them are. I got a couple that are in the back. Can always take you back in that building too. Yeah, there's a few that I just bought. They were cheap. I couldn't go wrong.
Yeah.
They're good bikes to use as trades. And that's how I see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, let's do a little cruise down.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So you got a bunch of new shelving and furniture in here. You've been to the auctions again?
No, this was the stuff I ended up, he invited me over. He says, you know all the shelving that's in the building, do you want it? Because they were selling his whole toy collection. I bought a bunch of his toy stuff and stuff. But I ended up, he says, come on in. I said, so what do you want for it? He says, Tim, give me $500. You can take whatever you want in here. I said, okay, no problem.
I see that's going to be a marina, that store?
Yeah, that's
outboard motors
I got a
and
little
boats
outboard
and
motors as you can see, there's up top is my 2 crashed when I hit the rocks with my boat. Took the 2 lower ends out.
Yeah. And an amphicar in front for good measure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to get the license plate boat car right now for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's either car boat or boat car, one of the 2.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And the Firestone dealership.
Yep.
I see you've made really great use of
Yeah,
those.
absolutely.
yeah.
Look at there, and they fit perfect right in that spot.
Yeah, that's amazing. What a great, because
Really
I mean,
was.
they were given
Really
to
was.
me to put on display
Right.
because I mean that was a man's lifetime achievements at General
absolutely.
Motors. And I thought, well, I can't do them justice, but my God, you've certainly done them justice.
Yeah,
and,
they're out there. They're
and a lot more
you know,
people are going to see
yeah.
them there than would have seen them at our place.
And then this is Frank's imagination, the railroad track, and this is where you lose your hubcap is on the railroad track.
You know what? We haven't lost a hubcap since yesterday when they took an Eldorado for a test drive and came back with only 3 hubcaps on it.
Yeah, there you go.
And after a fruitless search,
I don't know if I got one.
Yeah, we've got to find a new Eldorado hubcap. So,
Gotta see if you got one in there.
yeah.
If you know what it looks like, you let me know.
Yeah, no, I don't see any. Those are all a bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a Puma. I
got
can
a
remember
Puma, yeah, that was
when
a-
the Pumas first came out, there was a little dealership down in Toronto, and I had an agent. She was
what
also a
year
bank
is it?
manager, so I never got to forget. And she was absolutely insistent that I buy one of these because it would fit my image. Because I was driving around Toronto in a great big army truck.
Right.
And she said, I'm a professional artist. I'm a wildlife artist. The army
Yeah.
truck fits better than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I love your Volkswagens, and we've discussed these
Yeah.
before. I mean, I just love that little wagon. But my favorite car, from an artistic standpoint, in your entire collection, is that Volkswagen right there.
This one.
Yeah. If you guys can get some footage of this, and I
That's
would
my
love
hippie
you.
wagon.
Yeah.
See, that's the Hapy Hipi.
Yeah. This is. Well, you tell them.
This is when I was a kid. This is how we lived our life, kind of thing. And those were all the cartoons on the top. I think there's like 80 different cartoon characters up there. And those were the cartoons that we watched when we were kids. And then you got the psychedelic, the mushroom trip, all kinds of cool things.
Yeah. So basically, it's your life on a car.
Right.
Yeah.
If life wasn't real, it would be the craziest psychedelic trip ever.
Yeah. I've always just thought that was just such a fabulous thing. And I mean, you worked on the design with the artist
Yes, I
who
did.
laid all of this in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd had to be very much involved with this.
I was.
because-
This one I was.
Yeah.
I told him exactly what I wanted. He was the one that showed me all the different pictures, and he says, but I'm not going to show you where I'm placing everything, because that's going to be a surprise. Don't worry, it's going to look awesome.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was well worth the money that I paid for him to design it for me.
Well, I mean, this is a magnificent piece. I mean, it really,
Absolutely.
literally is an art piece. There's no doubt about it. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I've seen a lot of, artists where they take a car and they splash paint on it and this, that, and the other. And I mean, it's just,
They're doing new things with even
Doesn't-
markers.
yeah.
They're putting markers. They're painting
know.
with marker,
Oh, I've
and then
seen
when
that.
they clear coat it, it doesn't look bad.
yeah, it doesn't look bad. But this is just special, I think.
I'm almost debating whether I want to build another Volkswagen thing.
Well, you've got this one, then you've got the,
I want to build another one. I have another GTR. I'm thinking of putting some other kind of body on top of it.
when you picked me up on this,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
I thought, yeah, and you said it was a GTR. And I didn't even think about it. I was thinking like Volkswagen GTI, right? And then when you punched it, I suddenly realized this ain't no GTI.
No, there's a GTR.
GTR, there's a difference in the...
Absolutely. It really is.
Yeah, that was...
It's a fun,
You know what?
fun car.
This Starfire, this is going to date me. I was at... the dealerships used to have these premieres in September of all the new cars.
Yep.
And it was a big deal. And Wilson Niblett in Richmond Hill, my father, we used to go to these things. My father took me, and they had like 5 cars in the showroom, all covered in covers. And they had one on a turntable in the middle of the floor. And they were revealing one after the other, and everybody was applauding. And I mean, it was a big deal. This was a big deal every year.
Absolutely.
It was a really special time, the new car release.
I know.
And then they pulled the cover off the car on the turntable. There was two girls who pulled it off.
Yeah.
And it was a black Oldsmobile Starfire, first year, with all of this trim down the sides. And as a little kid, it took my breath away. I thought, that is the most beautiful car I've ever seen. And it was actually one of the dealer principals ended up buying that particular car, and his son was a good friend of mine. So I used to see it sitting in the driveway every day. Yeah. So I'm really fond of these, the whole design, but you know, like, so to see one, and you didn't restore this, did you buy it like this?
I bought it like this.
That's a nice shape.
But you can see you. Watch now. You tell me, I know. You didn't see it when it was in the dark room.
Uh-huh.
You got a nice blow in right there?
Oh, yeah. So she's a two-tone.
A two-tone.
I've had painters who do that quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of spots on there.
Yeah. Still, it's a nice car. Do you get to drive it much?
I haven't driven it as of yet.
Is that right? Oh, something
it
to
just
look
got
forward
plated.
to.
It just got plated. I don't have a special plate on it as of yet. A few of my plates are still coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And then my secretary, she's only in like once a week.
Nice little stock.
She does,
well, almost stock. How unstock is this?
It just got some work done to the front. The front end spindles so that it was lowered a little bit.
Drop it a little bit, yeah.
And that was basically it. And I'm waiting for my son-in-law to come and put the motor back in. I put it to electronic ignition instead of in 59 with the points and all that bullshit.
And I remember you getting this, and I remember a fun drive in the bus. Yeah. Yeah. That is a nice truck. That is a very nice
really
truck.
Is.
And again, you managed to get a plate for it.
Yeah. You got Hapy Hipi. I know it's fun. It really is.
And the bumper cars, that's just great.
Yeah, no,
and this is all operational.
It's all operational now. Oh, look, one of the kids left their, they left something there.
Where's it? What?
And over there on the floor.
Oh, on the
some
floor.
Tape or something.
Yeah. Want me to grab it?
You want to see what that is?
Yeah. How do I get in?
Just go right underneath there. You can still do that. I can't.
Oh, barely. Barely.
Back in line.
It's parts. I think
Okay,
maybe
leave it by that pole.
Yeah.
Leave it by that pole then. That's good right there. It's fine. That's better there than on the floor, because otherwise it's going to get ripped open and...
Yeah, and disseminated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look at that. That was elegant.
Dude, look at that.
Yeah,
that
I was
good.
prepared for it that time.
You want to play skee ball? My grandkids? Oh, it was the best. These things right here, this corner, is the best thing that I've
So
ever
you're
did.
ruining a whole new generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to have the old stuff. But the skeet ball, he's 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I seen him get 60,000 on that machine.
Oh, is that right?
You should see him get those 2 10s in the corners. He get 9 balls and he gets 60,000.
Yes.
It kills me. And then I got that thing for them. They come and they take whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Take them with you. I don't care. Because when the wife goes to the dollar store, not the dollar store, the Value Village, I said, whenever you go through the kids section there and you see the toys, grab some stuffed animals, and you put them in there. A buck a piece kind of thing she gets.
And the barber shop that you actually use?
Yep, this is the barber shop that we actually use. I just got 2 more boat motor Coca-Cola dispensers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They were at the auction. I bought those, and I got a flange. Actually, I got a flange, and I got another barber piece for the walls.
Yeah, I like your barber shop.
Yeah, no, if you go in there, it actually smells.
Yeah.
It smells like a barber shop.
You guys taking appointments?
Nope. Yeah, well, when he comes, I can give you a call.
And your Coke bar.
Yep.
So have you used it?
Nope.
No? We've got one of my staff has been collecting Coke for years. He's got the whole bottom level of his house is packed. And he's got some really And I started, and I started collecting Coke stuff, and then I went, no, that's enough of this because I don't need. There's so much to collect.
It's unreal, like as you can see.
And I had a Mae West bottle, and they only made them for a short time, called Mae West because it tucked in so well.
Because the thing like this, where's my big one? I got a real nice crystal.
And I didn't realize how rare it was until I sold it.
Let's just see where Frank put it. I got a crystal Coca-Cola bottle. Oh, there it is.
I see it. Yeah.
That's a big chunk of crystal.
Yeah. And Coke before
Anheuser-Busch. And I don't think that's hollow. I think that's solid.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So it's just a display piece for it.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I got a refrigerator.
That's a Vendo 44, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were the most, that's when I started off. I started collecting these things. I had a Vendo 44.
We had it at work when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We paid 5 cents though. At work when I first started, it was 5 cents a bottle.
Yeah, I can remember that.
And then we could suck one of those little bottles back like nothing.
Yeah. And then you had the cases that you opened it up and they were all in freezing cold water and you slid them along. Nobody has that stuff anymore. I mean, it's just not.
Tell me about it. It's not.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore. Well, there's one of those. That Orange Crush has probably got the racks in it for sliding the bottles.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one does. Yep.
Yeah. So you got a little bit of open floor space here to fill.
That's what we're gonna bring down a couch and stuff, and I'm gonna have a screen that's gonna come down and the screen will be facing so that I sit here, and so this way we can chill right this section here.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a little
like a theater. Night. Yeah, we'll have a big screen that comes.
With the Coke, you'll have to stock this then.
Oh no, it's stock. Well, I'm sure there's a couple of cases of Coke somewhere. Because they got rid of the molds, from what I understand, for the little bottles.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. They stopped making them. I wouldn't be surprised if they still make them in Mexico.
Well, probably. Or I mean, they're all around the world.
Yep.
With bottling plants.
Yeah.
Lots of pinball machines.
Yeah, actually, I got another gun game coming. I just got. And the kids, they love that.
Well, you've done a pretty good job so far of starting to fill all the corners.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And then behind there's an apartment in there. You can see where the wall is.
I remember when the building was just under construction. You took me in there and said, "This is where you're going to put the curator."
Yeah. And then what I did was I ended up when I started building the cottage. I moved all my stuff from the cottage, and that's all set up in there now.
Oh, okay. So if you don't have enough energy to get back to the apartment, you can always stay in this apartment.
Crash, yep.
Yeah. How easy is it to find you during the course of the day? I mean, when Christine wants to find you?
No problem. She just gets on the phone and phones me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Where are you? I said, in the new building.
I know. I've got a friend down Toronto, and he's got a house down the bridle path, and they phone each other to determine where in the house they are. Like really. So Mercedes. So
these are the first 5 here. These are my parents' cars.
Okay. So you kept all those.
Yeah, I kept them all.
Yeah.
I just can't get rid of them.
Well, no. Why?
That's right.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? There's no reason. I like this third one. That's nice.
That's my. That's an R500.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom says, "Can you do something nice to my car for me?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "How about this?" And that's what I gave her back.
Well, that's nice. That is really nice. Was she pleased?
Oh yes, very pleased.
You know, it's really
like
funny.
The bottom half is still black.
Uh-huh.
It was original black car, and I just did this right on top of the black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nicely done. I bet she had some fun with that.
Oh, she did too.
Yeah, I made my mother. My mother neneeded a car, and I had a PT Cruiser that was done up like a Peter Max painting from 1968.
Cool.
And so this 78-year-old woman's driving around in a 1969 Peter Max painting. Yep. People keep giving her the thumbs up. A woman walks up to her in a parking lot and says, "Oh my God, you're so brave." She says,
my mom was
my
the same
son's
way.
making me drive it.
Yeah. My son did this for me.
And you got 2 Bentleys.
2 Bentleys there, yeah.
You ever get them out?
I haven't. I just put new tires on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to go out for it, and I put 2 new batteries in it.
Well, you ever want to do a trade or anything, I'll trade you something for that.
Yeah.
I love that car. Although it must be a little rough on a, on a
It's
dirt
not
road.
bad. Yeah, see, I don't do dirt roads.
Yeah.
I don't do dirt roads.
Yeah, I have to because I live on one.
I know
But
that.
that's a big body kit on that car, right? Like it's substantially altered from
I
stock.
think it was 5. I think the back was 5 inches wider and the front was 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all done out of metal.
Okay, so it's not a fiberglass kit or something. So who would have done that?
Topo in Paramount, California.
Oh, okay.
He built that one and he built the white Camaro,
Okay.
the wide body Camaro.
And how long you had that?
I've had that a few years now.
Is that right?
And
So you did used to use it
7,
at
8
one
years.
time.
Yeah, I've had it for probably 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, one time I drove it all the time.
Yeah. That's a lovely car.
Used to. This is my,
But this is more you now. I can remember that trip that we took out in this. That was fun.
what was?
And, dead battery, eh?
No, all of them. I put
You got 'em all charged.
I put tenders on all of them.
Yeah, I did that
That
too.
way I can get in them and start.
You know what I found?
A lot of them don't work.
I had I put tractors and cars on all these tenders, and I came back. About a third of the batteries were fried, and they were
know.
not cheap tenders.
I know. Tell
they
me
just
about it.
wrecked the batteries.
know.
I mean,
Tell me
wow.
about it.
You know,
I know.
Just easier to just let them freeze.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
This is my Corvette
Mm-hmm.
and Goodyear license plate wall.
Yeah.
There's 2 57 Chevys, but they're all bottles of booze.
Oh, is that right? Oh, Jim Beam or something?
They're all Jim Beam. Most
Yeah.
of them are Jim Beam. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few other ones that are in there that aren't Jim Beam, like that row there.
Mhm.
That's not Jim Beam's.
No. And then a selection of, you don't have very many pre-war cars. I mean, you got that old fire truck up front, which I guess probably the oldest thing you've got.
Yeah, that's 1913.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And little
31.
Chevy.
No, this is a 30 and that's a 31.
Yeah. I like driving. 31s are really nice A's. I mean, they finally got a lot of the stuff right. They're a nice car to drive, and I love the sound of them.
Yeah.
The Chevy was better, faster, and whole bit. And I mean, that's one of the prettiest cars they ever made.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just leaving it. It runs. I can get in it and drive it
Yeah,
just the way it is.
and this 37. That's 37, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a small block, all aluminum 427 in it.
Well, so it would move out.
No, it moves out good. I can't wait to
Is
actually
that
go
a
up and
metal
down.
car?
No, it's a glass car.
It is a glass car.
The 1937 Minotti body. They don't make that body anymore.
Now you had a proper hot rod.
It's right here.
Oh, it's here, is it?
Yeah.
So what are you doing in here?
This is my heated floor stuff. All my electrical.
Oh, okay.
This is my distribution.
Oh, basically like a little workshop and.
Don't do too much work in here, but when he's setting up the computers and stuff.
Mhm.
Got my fucking lighting.
Yeah.
3 boilers for the floor.
So the floor in here, the whole floor is heated in the whole building.
Yeah.
Okay. I sort of remember, when you were doing this building, all of that going in.
Yeah.
Because I saw it when it was just concrete and bare wall. I remember them putting the roof on.
Yeah.
I saw it, and you had 2 panels of the roof done, and the rest of it was all open.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, what a change. That's been, 5 years?
It was April 2020 when we broke ground.
Okay, so, 4 years.
4 years.
So this is remarkable, right?
Yeah.
They can't do a bridge over the 400 in 4 years.
I know, tell me about it. This is where my Shelby GT sits.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we have the same one in the shop. Yeah. Well, he saw it the other day.
Yeah, I did.
Same color and everything.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the other building. But
So-
the guy's chinsed out on a bunch of little things.
Oh, it's like that one we've got. It's a mess, eh? Like, then the guy wants to sell it. Now he's not
Yeah.
sure he wants to sell it. So I guess this has got hydraulics to get it off the ground.
Yeah, it's got an air ride in it.
Yeah, I
That's
like
got
that.
an air ride in it.
That's nice.
The
How long have you had
59?
that one?
That one I've had for years.
That's beautiful. That's a
Oh,
really
yeah.
beautiful car. That's a stunning
That
car.
really is. No, that was one of the grade 8
Oh, at
in the Detroit show.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
took
Autorama.
3rd place.
Who built it?
To a guy in Illinois. What's his name now?
You know, it drives me crazy. You know, we used to get this kind of job in all the time. You know, I could generally count on 3 major projects, and we got major projects now, but there's none of them are like this, and it drives me crazy because it's all like, I won't say they're junk because they're not junk, but they don't please me the way building cars like this used to please me.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
And it's so much more expensive now too.
That's right. That's why I like buying them now done.
Yeah, well, that's the smart way to do it.
It's cheaper to do it to buy them
spend
done.
100 grand on a car, you just saved yourself 100 grand if it's done.
Exactly. That's exactly how I look at it now.
And then you just got maintenance.
You got to pay a few bucks on it, but
now that's a hot rod.
see, this one, what I want to do is I want to change the exhaust.
Yeah.
I want to lose the hood, flipping side hood things, just have the top of the hood.
Yeah.
And then have exhaust coming out outside.
Yeah. So I've just, you know, I got the 30,
right?
And it's got the Nerf bars on it. I mean, well, instead of an A-frame, or instead of the A-frame or wishbone underneath it, and I had a guy email me. He said, "Are you aware that if you got the cast front axle on these things with the Nerf bars, they shatter?" I went, "Oh, yeah." Well, that's so. I started looking for cracks, and I've just ordered a forged off SoCal Pete Shaporis. Well, Pete's gone now, but. Because I thought, you know, I'm just going to trade that out. And this one's already got it, so my front end will look similar to this, different car, because mine's a 30. But yeah, but I love this. I like the chopped roof and the. Yeah,
well,
I prefer the coupes to roadsters. They're harder to
live in. I do too. Believe you, it is hard to drive. That's a hard one to drive. I'd really like to change it to automatic.
Yeah,
it's got this 5-speed in it. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
and then see, that clutch is like 60-pound clutch.
I know, it doesn't make it fun.
No, it doesn't make it fun. And then you got standard steering to boot.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go around the corner. What do you do on that nice interior? You slide right across. You're in the passenger seat, okay? Trying to push the passenger out of the seat going around the corner.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for bucket seats. Yeah. But I mean, the look of the car.
No, it is.
Is just fabulous. But you don't have any problem with the paint on those exhausts?
That's the thing I haven't really got to really. You can see how the exhaust is on the back one.
Yeah.
You can see how it's blacking over there.
Yeah. Just like me.
And it's only been driven up and down the driveways.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I've got a real thing for hot rods, and it's getting worse. I've always had it since I was a kid, but I think as dementia comes on, I'm reverting back to my inner, well, not so inner 8-year-old.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. So, well, let's face it, neither of us has ever grown up, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not growing up.
Well, how many Corvettes you got? You not too many, eh? Like, you've never been big on Corvettes. You only got 3.
I think it's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the armored car.
Right.
Yeah. Are you using that now?
Now I have been.
Yeah?
It's still, sometimes it's hard to get in and out of it, but I still try and do it. Like if I go for a ride downtown, that's what I'm taking.
Well, yeah, that
I don't
makes
take
sense.
anything else.
Yeah.
I won't take anything else.
Yeah. And you drove that to Florida and back, didn't you? Yeah. It's got a full-size color TV in it. And...
Did I use any of it? No.
But you had to replace the tires, I'll bet.
Yeah, when I got home.
Yeah. Yeah, because those tires that's a lot of weight. What does it weigh? Like
15,000 pounds.
So 7 tons?
7.5 tons.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about people shooting at you.
They only got pea shooters downtown. You need more than an AK-47 for that one.
Yeah. And then, well, your idea of what did you call this boat? You told me you wanted to get a.
I wanted a Donzi or something, you know, go fast kind of a boat.
Yeah.
And the wife says, "Nope, you can't have a fast boat. We got 8 grandkids." She says, "We need a pontoon."
So this is your idea. This is your idea of a pontoon boat.
This is my idea of a pontoon boat. Yep. Go fast, 75 miles an hour.
When you told me you had a pontoon boat, I could see you like with this like 15-horse Evinrude on the back, popping around with lawn chairs on a floating deck.
No.
Right? So
no, this is go fast.
When I saw this,
this is go by. This is go by right by the bass boat. See ya.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I should have known. When you said that you were getting a pontoon boat, I should have known. I just had no idea.
And then I wrapped it. It's got wrapped clear. Got wrapped clear, and then I buffed the pontoons. Polished them up. But they're going to come back, and I'm going to have them wrapped in clear.
Well, that saves a lot of aggravation.
Yeah,
So you get a
absolutely.
little nick in the clear in the plastic, and then
That's fine.
but then you can redo it. So that'll take as many people as you wanted.
I could take about 18 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Does
all my
it have any
grandkids-
underneath, or is it just a platform?
Oh no, there's
underneath.
room underneath for. There's under the seats. There's all kinds of storage, and then in the center between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, there's a spot there. It's all hollow under there. My oars, I got 6 or 8 big bumpers that I put in there.
And so now you got a roof as well
Now
because
I
of
got a
rain.
roof, yeah, and that'll roll up, and that'll fit underneath the seats. So it's always there.
Yeah. And now you've got your green corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the green, that's the other, I had it out last night, so that's where I parked it last night, the station wagon. And the station wagon parks in there.
Yeah. So is that prowler's just, I mean, it's customized for
Yeah,
sure.
no, it's full customized. Except
Anything
for
done
the
to the
motor.
engine?
No.
Yeah.
I left that V6 in it
Well,
that they
those,
had.
those are nice little motors.
It worked good enough.
work
I just
good, yeah.
wanted to slam it.
Yeah.
And I've got side exhaust. Is the exhaust actually comes through the back behind my seat to be able to do what I did here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they were silly. I mean, that the trunk was good for putting the roof in, not that roof.
No.
And that was about it. You couldn't
That's
even
it.
put a
You
lady's
couldn't- no,
purse
you
in.
couldn't.
That's why you needed the trailer.
That's
but I
right.
had more fun in prowlers than anything else they made in the 90s. I mean, I thought they were brilliant.
I did too.
Except for my Viper. I had
Yeah.
a GTS, and I loved that. And I've
And that's
always
how my
regretted,
red one is.
always regretted selling it. You know? But mine was a 96, so it was first generation. So it
Yeah,
was
that 96. My other one's a 98.
dangerous cars.
Yes, they
Great.
were.
I mean, they're
They were.
fabulous cars and dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. you know?
Exactly.
So
Between this and the Cobra, they're the hardest cars to drive,
Yeah.
from what they say.
Yep. But I saw recently one of the, it was a 96 GTS matched up against all these modern hypercars like Mustangs and all that, like all these 600-700 horsepower.
The fuck?
The guy blew every single one of them away with a basically tuned but not overly done Viper. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, now did you had all this done?
Yeah.
So that was an engine out custom.
Yeah, more or less, they just took the top end off and the rockers off.
Yeah. And you have a sound system you can actually hear in the Viper.
Yeah.
Because the radio in my
Otherwise,
Viper
no, I
was
know that.
useless. I
No, I
mean,
know.
and actually any long drive, you only did really once
I know.
because you were so rattled by the
Well,
time
actually,
you
in
got
my
back.
red one, I drove it constantly.
Yeah, I used to drive it locally, but I went down
I
to
went everywhere with
Kitchener and back, and I'd had enough. By the time I got back, I just wanted out.
I went everywhere. We went to Ohio and
Oh, is that
fucking
right?
thing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, real
Drove
long
it
distance.
everywhere.
Yeah. What year was it?
98.
Oh, so you had the same.
Yeah, same one.
Yeah,
Your
buzz
feet would
and-
get cooking hot in the thing, the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up getting some special aerospace heat deflectors that helped it out quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were hot,
Oh, yeah.
And
And then
I
my
mean-
side pipes, they burnt down the side sills there.
Well, this is a
ran a
much
little hot.
classier interior than stock.
No.
Is it stock? No.
No. That's all been done.
Yeah, I was going
I
to say
did all
that's
that.
not stock. I mean, I'm not that familiar with
No.
this generation.
No,
Never
but-
had one.
no.
But, I can still see me getting one of these because I enjoyed the first one so much.
Oh, no,
but-
it's a fun car,
Yeah.
believe you me. It's a fun donut car. For doing donuts in? Oh, no, that's a real fun car.
Yeah.
Got to
Yeah.
do some of them. I just had the GTR out. I said, I'm just wondering what I could put on top of the GTR.
Mm-hmm.
Build another one.
And then there's the old girl. Does that run?
No.
No, you haven't got
Never
it
even
running?
tried. Never even tried.
No. They're fun. You should.
No, it's just those wheels are so bad.
Oh.
As soon as it starts to roll, that rubber wants to come off.
Was that right?
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, you have to get that all
Yeah.
rebuilt. Yeah. But they are fun.
We ended up lifting it up and putting the wheel dollies underneath,
Mm-hmm.
and then rolling it over here.
Yeah. But I don't think you paid too much to that, did you?
$4,500.
Yeah, well.
I don't think that was a lot of money for that.
One of the
For a
biggest
piece of lawn art is what it is.
biggest regrets of my life, I didn't buy a double-decker 1919 or 1920 double-decker bus at the Toronto auction And I was gonna bid on it, I went, and we wanted to go and it was coming up late and I said, forget it. And then when I got home, I buzzed it and found it, the thing had sold for $6,000.
No joke, eh?
Fully restored. I mean, I don't know what I would have done with it, but just to have it, but double decker. A bit of a problem getting it in a building, not this building, but you can bring in anything that's ever been put on wheels pretty much.
Yeah,
it's not a mining equipment.
No.
Yeah.